Alrighty. Hello, class. This is kind of weird because it's likely y'all are hearing us talk from the heavens above, but I'm Sam, and my group members are Mikey and Jaron, and today we'll be sharing with you what we titled Lone Wolves, Anime's Take on Loneliness in Japan. So, to be a little more specific, we'll be sharing with you three animes that we felt reflected or shared a message in regards to loneliness in Japan: Violet Evergarden by me, Watamote by Jaren, and The Disastrous Life of Saiki K by Mikey.
You said it right. Let's go.
So, Violet Evergarden is a story of a girl who's recovering from the aftermath of a war in which a young orphan slash ex-soldier with an artificial arm takes a job to be an auto memories doll, where she creates and delivers pieces of writing to those who request her. During this time, she is able to learn and get more in touch with emotions and the others around her. Something made clear to us through various lectures and even the visits from our Japanese friends is it's easy to get lonely in Japan due to things like academic pressure, frenemies, the pandemic, and mental health issues, leaving people to resort to things like Alexa on steroids, otherwise known as Skatebox, and even the body pillows we also wanted to buy during KawaiiCon. Anime can relate to loneliness by following the idea that the audience is a consumer and producer. Violet Evergarden is targeted to be a show for teens and above, and so it's basically a time where people come of age and undergo various events and challenges. So the show provides relatable storylines like forgiving oneself, since a way of selling itself is by being relatable. A relatable occurrence with both anime and real life would be Anohi, whether it be failing school, getting bullied, or the traumas of being a hikikomori. Violet too has her sense of a normal life where she followed orders and was treated like a weapon, uprooted, and she must learn to live in a new world with expectations, all while coming to terms with herself. A challenge that relates and covers loneliness would be the concept that women must perform gender, where their true feelings and outside feelings are conflicting. And so Violet's outside feelings were expected to be kept at bay to follow orders both in the military and while being an auto memories doll, while on the inside, her true feelings were mixed, confused, and overwhelmed. Messages in anime can also relate and deal with loneliness. Similarly to the first theme of the 60s and 70s, preserve your individuality, don't become part of the machine. It's something that's displayed through Violet succeeding to adapt to normal life after the events that caused her to believe that she is an obedient tool. Japan has a negative connotation of the military, hence promoting the phrase love and peace towards authoritative roles like the military. But in the show, besides including the military and war, the notions of love and peace is generalized as we should have love and peace with one another and most importantly, ourselves. In each episode, the overarching message questions and challenges the various causes of loneliness. Despite having so many ways to communicate, we still hide how we feel, we struggle to ask for help, and we aren't as in touch with our feelings as maybe we should be. And so Violet Evergarden pushes its viewers to find their purpose and embrace life again.
Watamote translates to no matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault I'm not popular. It's anime that follows every relatable thing that has ever happened to you in high school. And considering like being embarrassed about something and just being there at the wrong time, awkward situations you can think of. We follow Tomoko, the 15-year-old high school student who struggles with several social anxieties and, depression, which is resulting in low confidence in interacting with others and having a less ideal social life with her friends outside of high school. She thinks her middle school dreams of being popular in high school is what she thought it was going to be, but when she gets there, it's not exactly what it was. So she tries everything in her power to try to get popular with other people. She lives in a traditional household where the mom is the boss. She cooks their food. She makes sure the house is clean. And when the dad comes home, he cares about them. He's working super hard. She makes sure to give him food and all that. And when Tomoko is trying to do chores around the house, she makes sure she does it. So the question is she a NEET or a Hakamori? She's neither of those. She's an anti-moe, where by her appearance she may not be attractive or not, but it's a way to prove that she's going against the moe character trait. Fan service, male being sexual eye candy for ladies as well as for guys, catering towards a specific audience like young high school students trying to fit in or trying to be noticed by their crush, men or women, as you can see here. Um, Monetizing on loneliness is basically what she does. She goes on dating sim games, asks voice acting requests for male characters, and buys adult products. And she doesn't use that, right? By the way, she uses that as a back scratcher. It's an easy way for her to feel a meaningful relationship without being in one. So her best friend, Yoi, she visits her at her working trendy workshop. This is where um otakus go to hang out because they feel less intimidated by these maid cafes. So this was an interesting part. So inside, she's more confident, thinks she's the best, and outside, she's invisible and shy, soft spoken. Like every time she tries talking to someone, she's like, you can't understand her. So that's basically what she does. My final thoughts, even though the anime goes through different awkward situations he fails miserably at, she still continues to try again to break that bubble of being socially awkward and tries to make friends with other people. Even though it fails every time, she keeps trying. So that's a good thing I find in this anime.
Hey everybody, it's Mikey again. Today we will be diving into the intriguing aspects of Japanese culture, the concept of solitude. We will be using the popular anime series The Disastrous Life of Psyche K as a reference to illustrate this concept. Ugh. What is The Disastrous Life of Psyche K? The Disastrous Life of Psyche K is a captivating Japanese manga slash anime series written and illustrated by Suichi Aso. The series chronicles the life of Kuzuo Saiki, a high school student endowed with physical abilities. Who is the character of Saiki? Kuzuo Saiki, our protagonist, is not your average high school student. He possesses a wide array of physical abilities. However, far from flaunting his powers, Saiki goes to great lengths to conceal them, desiring nothing more than to be an ordinary student. He goes to great lengths to keep this. Psyche's extraordinary abilities often attract unwanted attention, just like his best friend Nendo, who he can't read his mind, a predicament he'd rather avoid. This leads to him seeking solitude. He yearns for normal, plain life, going so far as to purposely maintain average grades and perform in sports activities. Yeah, he goes a lot. What is hikikomori? The hikikomori is a phenomenon unique to Japan where individuals withdraw from society, seeking extreme degrees of social isolation and confinement. It's a stark manifestation of the preference for solitude. Hikikomori and Psyche. While Psyche is not a hikikomori, there's parallels between his desire for solitude and the isolation sought out by hikikomoris. Both reflect a yearning for normalcy and respite from social pressures. Sometimes it's good to be alone, but maybe not for too long because then you might go crazy. The influence of Psyche's character. Psyche's character provides a unique perspective on solitude. His desire to blend in, despite possessing abilities that make him stand out, offer a fresh lens through which to view the concept of solitude. That, and he can also change the minds of other people. It's kind of cool. Now, what is an anime without fan service? This anime in the first season, it's not filled with fan service, but as you can see, there is a lot more in the second season. You can kind of tell who it's mainly aimed at, uh, especially with the top right corner. Solitude in Japanese culture. The preference for solitude, as seen in Psyche's character and the hikikomori phenomenon, reflects certain aspects of Japanese culture. It offers a window into the social pressures and expectations that individuals navigate daily, especially the workers. They sometimes um they sometimes go by themselves back home. Final thoughts. The Disastrous Life of Psyche K, we gain a valuable insight to the concept of solitude in Japanese culture. The anime serves as a lens to understand and emphasize with those who prefer to be alone. So, yeah, kind of cool. Thank you, everybody, for
you.
listening.
Thanks, guys, for listening.